Hey everyone, it's Jay Tahoe here, and today I'm coming on camera because this is going to be one of those no bullshit videos. So I was just having some thoughts, and I thought this would be a good of a time as any to do a video. I was thinking that life is really like a video game when you think about it, right? And let me explain what I mean by that. It's kind of like about taking the environment around you and manipulating it to make yourself successful. So, like, for example, it's kind of like you're like a character, right? Like a character like you'd have in a video game, and you might be like a level 3 in something out of like a possible level 70, right? So, por ejemplo, ahora yo hablo español. Yo he aprendido cómo hablar español en las calles, en un empleo. Okay, so I speak Spanish almost fluently now, and I did not learn this in school. I actually learned it in the workplace because I was in an area where you needed it in order to be successful. I got my first management job when I was 23 years old, and it was in a neighborhood with a lot of Spanish-speaking people, and I wasn't really getting sales. My store wasn't doing so good because in this job, I didn't have a staff yet, really, so I was kind of relying on me to run the show. So I actually had an employee who taught me to speak Spanish, and it got to a point where I was like, it had to be immersion. So what I did is I would I would watch the Spanish version of Breaking Bad, the Colombian version, Metastasis. And the employee, I'd be like, hey, if I respond in English, don't even talk to me, right? Like we have to have Spanish only. Is that cool? And he's like, yeah, no problem. So in about I'd say in 6 to 8 months, became really conversational, and people were able to understand me and I could understand them. And it was really awkward. Like when I first started doing it, after maybe a month of him teaching me, I would try to attempt to talk to people, and they'd be like, oh no, what's this guy on about? It doesn't even make sense. It just sounds broken and terrible. So, my point being is I went from a level 1 to a level 30 over those 6 months, right? So I leveled up my character in that attribute. I wouldn't say I maxed it out because I'm not fluent, but definitely conversational and able to read, write, and speak. But I leveled up, that one thing that I was really bad at to become really good at it, and in turn my sales started picking up and my store started doing really well. A lot of you guys have seen my gym maxing story. So again, I was probably a level 1 when I was 15 years old, and and spent the next 3 years, right, leveling up to maybe again level 30, 40, right, if we're talking about it in terms of a video game. So again, both things, it was just hours and hours of doing stuff over and over again, until there was incremental improvement, until it was a point where, I was doing really well. So it brings me to a point. I don't know how many of you guys know professional Super Smash Bros. Melee player Hungrybox, but he had a quote that it was something like, in order to get really good at something, you have to spend a lot of time really sucking at it first. And I've noticed that's kind of the truth. So I'm 30 years old. I've had about 20 jobs. One of them I left involuntarily. I was a personal trainer, and I was actually let go for not having the best bedside manner, you could say. There was an elderly gentleman who didn't really want to, he was just there for a therapy session, basically, and I kind of called him out on it, and I was like, hey, are you here to actually improve, or do you just want to talk? He didn't want to actually do the workouts. And, it wasn't like I was giving him, workouts that I didn't think he could handle, right? And we discussed, I'd be like, okay, well, we're going to try to do, 5 push-ups today. And he'd be like, no, I can't do it. Well, all right, well, why don't we compromise and see if you can get to 2, and we'll work our way towards 5. And he, so I kind of let him have it. I was younger back then, didn't have the best, professionalism is another thing that I guess I learned along the way, but I was kind of like, hey, if you want to have a therapy session, you can get a therapist and just come to talk, because I'm here to, give you workouts that are going to, make you stronger, make you healthier. If you don't want to do it, I mean, you got to ask yourself, man, is this worth it? Why are you paying me to, just to basically talk to you? Obviously not something you can say in a professional setting, but, I was very blunt and honest. So, yeah. But I've had a lot of jobs, right? And in each job, I think I learned a new skill that helped me get to, I'm in a management position now, in middle management. I've been in several management positions, and I'm at a point where I feel professionally, I can build a resume and interview and, articulate what I can do in a sense that I'm confident that if I were to leave this job, I could get another management position pretty reliably. But that's come as a result of having, all these jobs, many of which were entry level. Okay, my first job, I was the cart boy at a grocery store when I was 16 years old. It just comes from years and years of grinding it out and gaining that discipline. And it's like, you don't always stay motivated. Like I would say, like fitness wise, I'm not a level 30 or 40 anymore. I'm probably like 10. I've let myself go tremendously because I kind of traded that for more time in the workplace and everything. But my point being is like, you might, to compare it to like an analogy like Pokemon, okay, you might catch like a level 5 Caterpie, which can't help you. You're not going to contend against the Elite Four, right, with a level 5 Caterpie. But you go through the game and you level it up till it's like, a level 70 Butterfree, and then you can, you've got a powerful psychic and bug type that can that can help you defeat the Elite Four. So it's like, it really is like this lay down and rot mentality. And I saw a video recently where everybody's like, there's no free will, everything's determined, you can't do anything to help your situation. Do you really believe that? And if you do, like, I don't know what to say. Like, there are people who've been awful at things, and then become semi-pro or pro. It's like, I can't tell you guys, like, when I first started going to the gym, I was pathetic, scrawny, and weak. Couldn't even bench press the bar. Barely. Within 3 years, got up to hitting 250 pounds, squatting 350. With the learning to speak Spanish, it was awkward. And if you're not willing to put yourself into awkward and embarrassing situations, you're not gonna grow. You're not gonna gain experience. You gotta be willing to fail. Honestly, like ask yourself, if you're of that mentality of lay down and rot. Have you tried? How hard have you tried? How many have you learned from your failures? Like it's not really, most of the people who I see who are claiming like it's over for them, just be introspective and ask yourself, what have you tried? Anyway, that's my analogy that life really does work like a video game, and it works kind of in incremental improvements. So, that's my point. Happy Friday, everybody. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Bye, guys.